Welcome back, guys, to the Barbarian Project.
Het collectief dat men wilt zien winnen over heel de lijn.
Yes, welcome back. Oké, we zijn het aan het omdraaien vandaag.
Ja.
De fees. De fees, hey, you know all about the fees. Als jij deze een waardevolle podcast vindt, dan moet jij deze delen met een andere fucking man. Je mocht ook niet vergeten om ons een rating te geven op Spotify of ons channel te followen als je op YouTube zit aan het luisteren. Vandaag een primeur. Ik ga nu transferen naar English because we have our first international guest
Yes.
on our podcast. We have with us Marc. Marc is a contact that we got from Bart, a previous guest on our podcast. Marc is a supplement business owner from Canada.
Yeah.
He's just a profile that's really just perfect for the podcast.
Yeah. He's a real man. He works hard.
He's a real man. He has a great work ethic. He's a father.
Takes care of his health.
Takes care of business. Takes care of his health.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, lots of lessons to be learned here. Very nice story.
Yeah. Enjoy the podcast.
Interesting conversation. Enjoy the podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" And I said, "Here am I. Send me."
Marc, welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Yes, I'm very happy. We just learned that you also like cigars.
I love cigars.
It's already an awesome podcast.
Yeah.
I always like the cigar editions.
It's a great way to start the day.
And congratulations, because you were the first international guest on the Barbarian Project.
Amazing. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, I'm very happy that Bart hooked us up. I think it's Bart that warned us, and then Archie, they said like, hey, yeah, he's coming to Belgium. We have this awesome, cool guy. He's perfect to the podcast. And I said like, okay, man, also let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
So I'm also happy that you're also in the same mindset, like, okay, just whatever comes my way, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna do it.
That's right.
Yeah. So tell me, you just came back from Warsaw
Yes.
with our mutual friend Bart. How was it?
It was beautiful. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw a lot of guns passing by.
Yes. I love shooting guns.
Yeah. You also have guns in Canada, right?
We do have guns in Canada. They try to take the guns away. They're not big fans of that. But we still have a few we can use.
Yeah.
Is it the same policy as in the US?
Definitely not. No. You have to be a firearms registered owner. You have to take 3-day course, background checks, RCMP, stuff like that.
Yeah. A lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
Same as in Belgium. Yeah. But even though there's a lot of bullshit, you said in the car when we were driving here that the gun crime was on the rise.
Gun crime in the last 10 years has grown exponentially.
Yeah.
So what they do is they take guns away from legal firearm owners, hunters, sport shooters,
Yeah.
and the majority of people, they applaud that because they think guns are getting taken off the street. It's not the legal firearm owners.
That are being used for gun.
Yeah,
Of course. No,
exactly.
it's twisted.
Criminals don't follow the law, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird train of thought to
For sure.
follow. Yeah,
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before we were going on, you also said that you love cold plunges.
Yes, I'm a big fan. Just over 2 years ago, I purchased one online. It was maybe $100. I got in 3-4 minutes. When I got out, I felt amazing.
Yeah.
So then the next day I got in again, stayed a little longer, 5 minutes. Long story short, I've been doing them now for 2 years. Every day that I'm home, I get a nice bath to start my day. Just this previous winter, -20, wake up in the morning, take the hammer, smash the ice, get in 3-4 minutes. But when you get out, the feeling, it's amazing. And then the trick is let your body warm itself up, speeds up your metabolism, burns the pesky brown fat cells.
Yeah.
So if it'll keep me lean, I'll keep doing it.
But is that the main reason why you do it? Keeping it lean?
The dopamine.
The dopamine is the mindset thing, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Don't you also feel like is that first win in the morning? Like you already feel like a badass just by doing it.
Exactly.
So it like it reminds you like I'm a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. Well,
It's
it's
the
a
first
feeling of
victory of the day.
accomplishment.
Yeah.
You do something hard first thing in the morning.
Yeah. That's for me the main thing, because like people, they like to counter discuss like, yeah, but for recovery and for metabolism, it's not that much of an effect and blah, blah, blah. But actually it's all irrelevant to me. For me, it's really like that mindset thing. It's like you already feel like a conqueror. And then indeed the epinephrine rise and dopamine rise hours after, you just feel like
Exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's the main thing for me.
The way I've heard it explained was that you get a dopamine rush from a piece of chocolate, 1.5x. Dopamine rush from sex is 2x. Cocaine, they say, 2.5x. The dopamine rush from the ice bath is 3x. The only thing is, with the chocolate, the sex, cocaine, lasts seconds to minutes. The dopamine rush from the ice bath lasts up to 3 hours. Yeah.
And with the Coke, so I think the Coke dopamine rush was a little bit higher, but the problem with the Coke dopamine is, of course, that you drop again below baseline. And with the ice bath, you don't have that.
That's right.
So you just go to normal levels, but you don't go below.
Exactly.
So yeah, with a line of Coke, you feel worse after.
Exactly.
With the ice bath,
Yeah.
you don't have that. Where did you learn this? Like, what was the incident that thought, I need to get a cold plunge?
For the ice bath, I listened to Joe Rogan quite a bit. He got me into it.
Same for me. Exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Then I listened to some gentlemen like Andrew Huberman and stuff, and I'm 45 now. I have 3 kids, so for me,
45?
yes.
Wow, you're a good man.
Yeah, you look younger.
Thank you very much. It's probably from the ice bath.
For sure.
But for me now, I used to be a gym guy, just want to get big muscles, lift heavy. Now it's about longevity. I just want to do as many things as I can to live a long, healthy life. I have 3 small kids. I need all the energy I can get.
Daughters, sons?
I have 3 daughters. Yeah. Yes. Olivia's 12, and I have 8-year-old twins, Harper and Harlow.
That's why you need the guns, man.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Keep the boys away.
No, I have a whole routine. In the morning, I wake up. I have a bottle that it adds hydrogen ions into your water. There's over 1,100 studies showing the benefits of drinking hydrogenated water. Reduces inflammation in the gut.
Yeah. Where do you get this? Because I'm intrigued.
I found it online. I heard it from Andrew Huberman. About the benefits.
I also heard about it.
Yeah.
That in Dan Bilzerian, you know him? He wakes up walking on a treadmill, inclined, with an oxygen mask.
Yeah.
To elevate oxygen levels in the body.
Yeah.
Because indeed, it's like, apparently lack of oxygen is like one of the main causes of a lot of disease.
Yes.
Is it the same thing? Like you add oxygen to your water, or is it something else?
It adds hydrogen ions.
And you think it's the same concept or not? It's the same concept, okay. Hydrogen ions to the water, okay.
Also in the wintertime in Canada, it's very dark, very cold. I have a red light that I use that mimics the effects of sunlight in your eyes. They say the best way to wake up in the morning is sunlight directly in your eyes for 15 minutes. So the ice bath is very beautiful in the summertime, set up on the back deck. You get in, 5 minutes, sun is in your eyes, you get out, you just feel good, feel amazing.
Mm-hmm. How short are the days in Canada in the winter? Like the daylight time, I mean.
In the winter, the sun comes up 7:30, 8 o'clock, it's dark again, 4:30, 5 o'clock.
That's short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too short.
Makes you depressed, huh?
It does.
You really feel it.
The winter blues,
Winter blues.
seasonal depression, they call it.
Here you also have it, actually.
Yeah.
It's also like the days here can also be short, probably not as short as in Canada, but we also feel it. Like I really like register like, fuck, by end of winter, then you're so happy like when like the first spring lights are coming, it really makes a difference.
It's crazy for me, the sun acts like a drug, like a super drug. Because when I was living in Western Canada, I worked the oil rigs, oil and gas for 15 years. So I spent a lot of summers just in a directional shack, not getting much sunlight. When we moved back to Nova Scotia, found all these beautiful beaches, go to the beach, you go in the cold water, you sit, lay in the sun 3 or 4 hours. And then I was like, wow, I feel like $1 million.
Yeah.
I feel amazing.
But I think it is a super drug. Like,
It is.
let's not forget, it's like the source of all life. You know, like it is like,
It fucking makes plants grow.
it's crazy. It's indeed, yeah. Never underestimate the power of the sun, man.
That's right.
Indeed, you mentioned something. You worked on the drilling platforms.
Yes. Yes.
Brutal job, I guess.
It was.
Yeah.
What did you do specifically?
Okay, so I'll just go back a few more years here. Grew up in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Not much there for young people to do. Not much job opportunities. So when I graduated high school, I went to university. Went to university for a year and a half. Decided that wasn't for me. I went there on student loan. So when I left Halifax, I had $5 in my pocket when I left.
And debt? Student debt or
Student loan, yes, student debt, yeah.
you had to pay it off?
So then I had to get a job to pay that off. And for a guy like me, just have some muscles, the back, hands, I decided to work on the leg boats in Canada. Big 730-foot self-unloading cargo vessels. And what they would do is they would go from one port, pick up coal, grain, iron ore, transport it to another port, unload it, and so on and so forth. The schedule for that was 3 months on, 1 month off. So I'd be on the ship 3 months at a time, then you'd get off for 1 month. After doing that for 6 years, I had a lot of friends who were working in Alberta, working in the oil field, and they were telling me how much money they were making. And I said, this 3 months on, this sucks. This is no life. Plus my friends is making bigger money. So I quit the shipping job after 6 years, and I went out west and I worked on the actual drilling rigs, lease hand, roughneck, motor hand. It was very hard work, 12-hour shifts. Sometimes you'd be in northern BC, northern Alberta, minus 30, minus 40. The coldest was minus 55. But then I made friends with a gentleman doing MWD, measurement and well drilling. They don't work on the rig, they work out of a shack on site. So I'd have a tool that we would send down hole that would send up direction, inclination, azimuth. That information would be used by the directional driller to steer the well so they could hit their target.
All right.
Okay. And in what age did you start working for the first one?
I was 20 years old
20
when
years
I
old.
started on the ship.
So 20 to 26, then 26 to...
26 to, I worked the rigs 14 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And during working on the rigs, you started your own business.
Yes, towards the end of it, I made friends with a directional driller. He was a serial entrepreneur. He had a business selling products on Amazon.com in the US. His products were turmeric, biotin, stuff like that.
Supplements.
Yeah, so in 2015, the price of oil dropped like dramatically. The price of oil went from 125 a barrel down to $27 a barrel.
Oh shit.
So in 2015, I worked 270 days in the field. 2016, I only worked 72 days. The day rate was slashed in half.
Whoa.
So I made friends with this gentleman who had a business on Amazon, and I had the twins were just born. Twins were
Oh, your kids were already
two,
there.
2 weeks old,
Mhm.
and I wasn't working.
That's a lot of pressure.
So the gentleman kept calling me up, bro, I make 40,000. I just hit 40,000. I just hit 50,000. I just hit 60,000. Now I'll never forget, I was in Edmonton, pulled into my driveway, and I said, I won't mention any names, but I said, listen, I'm extremely happy for you. I love you. I want to see you do good. I said, but if you're only going to call me to tell me how much money you're making, call somebody else. I said, I have two brand new babies in the house and a toddler, and I've barely worked in the last year. So the next day, he called me up, because we worked together a lot in the same shack. Shack is called a 50-50. 50% of the shack was mine, 50% was his. He loved working out, training, trying to get big, but he'd always come over to my side and he'd see different proteins, testosterone boosters, fat burners, sleep aid, like carb powder, proteins. So he put 2 and 2 together and he said, well, why don't we start a business on Amazon? I said, yes, let's go. We called each other the Iron Brothers. That was the name that I thought for us, because we're lifting iron all the time in the gym, and we're working on huge iron drilling rig. So the name just came, boom, Iron Brothers Supplements. Yeah. That's how it started.
And that's the business you get today.
Yes.
Yeah. So you still have him as a business partner? He's still your business partner?
No, his heart wasn't fully in it. I think he was spread a little too thin. He had other companies on the go and stuff. But Iron Brothers was I looked at it as a ticket to get out of the oil field. Growing up, I didn't grow up, my parents weren't poor or anything, but we didn't have a lot. And when I was younger, I said, when I'm older, I don't want to live like this. So when I had a chance to do something, I gave 110%. And I've been doing that for 8 years now.
Yeah. So now you have the company for 8 years.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's doing very well.
It's doing good.
Yeah,
It's doing good.
yeah,
Yeah.
You care to share some numbers or not?
It does close to 3 million a year.
In
Canada.
In well, what's the name? In
Revenue or
Revenue, yes. Revenue.
Yeah. And a lot of that comes from Amazon sales, as I understood.
About 90%, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's crazy, yeah, 90%.
Yeah, it's crazy. 90% for Amazon. So,
Very nice.
because in our, let's say, country, I think most people buy just from the website itself and not a lot of Amazon use.
Well, maybe that's false belief on our
Yeah,
side,
yeah.
because that's actually something I want to discuss with you maybe
We have
after the podcast. Like, maybe there are opportunities here in Europe as well for that, you know? Like, I don't know.
I actually received an email from Amazon just before I left to come here, and they are they have it set up where they want Iron Brothers to be sold in Netherlands, Germany, some other countries.
Oh, really?
And they set you up with the compliance people, because obviously each country has different compliance.
Wouldn't it be cheaper than to produce it here locally in Europe?
It would be, yes.
Let's talk after the podcast. Okay, yeah. Nice. All right. Yeah, you said you're doing everything to stay in shape. Like, are you just training in the gym still, or how is it?
I go to the gym 6 days a week. I do the ice bath every morning, have my hydrogenated water. My mind was blown when I looked into benefits of sauna use.
Sauna.
It's crazy. Like, don't quote me on these numbers, but something like 15, 20 minutes a day, 3 to 4 times a week reduces chance of cardiovascular disease, stroke by over 50%.
Crazy, huh?
It's crazy. And I've never heard a doctor mention that.
Yeah. What's up with that? What's up
Well,
with
it's almost like they want us sick. Yeah.
Almost like.
Almost like,
Yeah.
If we wouldn't know better, it would look like that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. For me, also Huberman probably, yeah? Have you
Yes,
heard it?
a big
Yeah.
fan.
Oh, well, yeah, me too. He's the exact same reason why I bought my ice bath and why I bought my sauna. So, yeah, we're indeed very much alike. Bart had a very good insight in this. You know, Bart, he really dislikes the cold, huh? He really doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. I don't mind the cold. I'm used to it.
I invited him once to an event, and on the event we do ice baths, and he said, like, I want to come, but I'm not going into the ice bath.
Really?
And he even said, I will fight everyone for it, but you're not putting me in there. He was like very, very clearly about it. Like, I'm not going in, like, never.
My girls use the ice bath. At home.
Really?
Yeah. Not my wife. My wife won't put her toe in it. But the kids,
Yeah.
not every day, but they go in. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
They want to be like daddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice, man. That's really-
Did Esmith, right? Your daughter?
No, she supports me from the side. But I also think she's a bit young, man. Like, my daughter is 6. Like, it's maybe because also I don't know how much what's the temperature on your cold plunge, but mine is like really frozen, like it has ice. Like, and I just, maybe she's not resilient enough yet. Like, maybe try with a little bit higher, like, you know, not
Like
instantly.
first like 10 to 12 degrees and
something
then slowly.
like that, yeah, but not instantly like the really icy.
Yeah. In Canada, it gets very cold in the winter where we're located, but in the summer, it gets very hot, 25, 30 degrees for a few months. So the issue I ran into was I purchased an ice making machine from Amazon. It turned out I was spending 45 minutes to an hour a day making ice, emptying the machine, put in a bag, put in the freezer, freeze little Tupperware containers for blocks of ice. And then I looked into it and purchased a chilling unit. So now in the summertime, the ice bath I think is 2-3 degrees and there's no ice. So I save an hour a day.
What I do is, I bought it. There's a company here and they just actually repurpose freezers for food. Food unit.
a deep freeze.
Laying, so the
Yeah,
laying
yeah.
one,
Yeah.
they just repurpose it. They like remodel it with a pipe,
Coating.
with a coating and then with a drain for the water. And so they just you just put water in there, and then they also use like like a timer of some sorts. Yeah. And so it only jumps on at night when the water gets hotter than 0.7 degrees Celsius or something. So actually, it's a very easy and smart system.
Yeah. Yeah, and it saves you time from making all the
Oh
ice.
yeah, a lot of time.
And it
Like,
saves a lot of money from buying ice as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it costs me no money, and
Yeah.
even the electricity use is very limited because it's
It only jumps
it's-
on when.
exactly, yeah. And the tub itself is very well isolated. Like if it's frozen, it stays frozen for like 3.5 days or something.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. Good system they have. Can recommend. All right.
I use the ice barrel. That's a big company in the U.S.
I know it. I've
George
seen it.
St. Pierre uses that.
Who? George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like fighting too?
I love George. I love watching fighting.
Yeah. Don't do it yourself?
A little bit when I was younger.
Yeah. But you
Back
don't
when I
need it
used to
get
drink.
guns.
Back when I used to drink.
Yeah. Yeah, but you
In bars and stuff, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually an alcoholic. On August 8th of this coming year, I'll be 10 years sober.
Nice, man.
Right.
Congrats.
That's
Yes.
nice.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, congrats. I'm also sober one year now. Not that I was like an alcoholic, but I did drink like 10 drinks a week. And then we had people on the podcast saying like, yeah, I quit drinking and it really changed my brain. Like they felt so much more productive, creative, they had better ideas. And then I was like, yo, maybe I gotta try this. And also the podcast of Huberman.
Yes.
He did a very famous podcast on the effects of normal alcohol use, which is everything between, what was it? 6 and 10 drinks a week.
Yeah.
Even
And it
4
was-
and 10, I think.
I think 6 and 10. But anyway, like, and 6 and 10, it doesn't sound that much. Like, and I was doing that. I was doing like 10 drinks a week. And then the effects of it were really horrible. It was like a 2-hour podcast of all the negative shit it does to you. And then I was like, fuck, I gotta quit this thing. And then I decided, okay, 0 alcohol, I'm done with it.
Well, consuming alcohol, it might make you feel good for a couple hours, but it has 0 health benefits. It's bad. It's like poison for your organs.
How is the alcohol culture in Canada?
A lot of people like to have a few drinks on the weekend and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But me, I wasn't a normal guy. Like I would, Monday night,
Full blast.
drink 18 beer, 19 beer, wake up the next day, go to work.
What caused the change that you said, okay, fuck it, I'm done?
To be honest, I hit rock bottom. Yeah. The drinking was out of control. Yeah. It was messing up personal life. It was bad for work. Imagine you're working on this big drilling rig. You're drilling 5,000 meter wells. You and the guys are out drinking till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You're up again at 6 a.m. You go work a 12-hour shift.
For a job, you actually have to be super fresh for, probably.
Exactly.
Because it's a lot of hazard, no?
Yeah. And we'd go into work, we'd still be drunk. Like most people would go in hungover. For me, the hangover would come around 11, 12. I say, man, I'm never drinking again. In the summer, 4 or 5 o'clock is hot, you're sweating, say, man, I can't wait to have a few beer tonight. It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous thing, huh? Alcohol.
Yeah. Yes, very.
Yeah, I get that, man. Yeah. All right. So, qua products and stuff. How did you develop the formulas? Is this stuff that you learned yourself? Is it like research?
We have a formulator based out of the U.S. now who formulates for a lot of large brands in the U.S. because for me, the quality product is number one, aside from customer service. So we pay this gentleman, we pay him well, and he provides us with...
He thinks it all through.
Yes. He knows which ingredients work against each other, and he's a
that's
smart
interesting.
guy. Yeah, that's our science guy.
Yeah. But I heard from our conversation in the car that there's a big difference between like what's possible on the U.S. market and the Canadian market.
Yes, in Canada, it's probably comparable to Belgium rules and regulations.
Do you feel restricted in like could you make even better formulas without Canadian law?
Yeah, well, yes and no. Yeah, it's in Canada. You have to have what's called an NPN. It's a natural product number, which means Health Canada has approved your product. They spend a lot of time to make sure the product is safe for human consumption, safe and effective.
Yeah. We have the same basically government thing here, like FAVV.
Yeah, it's like the food safety agency of food safety, something like that.
Yeah. But in the U.S., there's a small list of ingredients you can't use.
And everything else.
Yeah, like we mentioned on the way over, some companies have pre-workout 700 milligrams. Yeah. 10 grams of citrulline.
But I heard the danger there was also that that US companies, they can also use it in their advantage to make less quality products because they don't have to state exactly what's in there, and then there's a lot of how to say, like they take advantage of it and like dupe the consumer in
Yeah,
some
they
way.
use prop blends.
Problems, that's it, and that's not possible in Canada.
No.
Yeah,
The labels, all of our labels are fully transparent.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing.
Yeah. The thing is though, say we're located in the US, we want to start a supplement company. We make up a formula. We get a name for the company. Send that formula off to a manufacturing facility. 2 to 3 months later, you have product in hand, you can sell it. In Canada, you have to get the formula. You have to hire an NPN consultant who does all the paperwork for Health Canada. You pay her money, her or him, you pay them money. Then they fill out the application. They send to Health Canada. Once Health Canada receives it, they send you an acknowledgement letter. And then for class 3 product like EAAs, test booster, fat burner, pre-workout is minimum 210-day wait.
Whoa, that's even longer than in Belgium.
Yeah. So in Canada, if I got a formula today that I want to move ahead with, and
You're going to have the
pricing,
product almost in a year.
it takes about a year. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have to wait until you're issued the NPN before you can even start working on the label. And then you have to then place your PO. You can't place your PO in advance because you don't know if the product is going to get approval. So it takes about a year if everything goes good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just because the government works slow? Is it that?
That's the only way they work.
Well, Belgium and Canada has a lot in common. Yes.
Yeah.
How is actually the culture in Canada? Among fitness and health, is it like popular?
One thing I've noticed, like when I was young, long time ago, for fun, we would drink, smoke cigarettes, go out, get in trouble. Nowadays, I see the young people, they're in the gym.
Nice.
They're in the gym, they're watching what they eat.
So there's a good...
It's very good. It's very good. My daughter Olivia, in Canada, to train at a local gym, you need to be 12. The day she turned 12, me and her went to the gym.
She wanted to.
Yeah. She loves that.
Yeah, maybe also because daddy is leading by example, probably. Or it's common that 12-year-olds say, yeah, I want to go to the gym.
I don't think it's common.
Yeah.
I think she likes to be.
She followed your example. Yeah. No, it's a good example to follow. 12 is a nice age to start, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good age, yeah. I don't think it's allowed here in Belgium, I don't know.
Only 16, I think.
I think so, yeah.
16?
Yeah. I think you have to be 16 in Belgium to have a...
16 with someone else who is over 18.
Yeah.
And from 18, you can go by yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's too old. If they want to start, I think 12 is a good age.
No, I think so too, man.
My twins, I have a little, in my office, I have a small gym. The twins, they go out there when they're 7, now they're 8. They do bench press, they do chin-ups, push-ups.
The orders, do you do them yourself or do you have a fulfillment center? The shipping?
Okay, so we have operations in US. It's Amazon. We use a manufacturing facility out of New York. We have a warehouse. It's based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In Canada, we have a manufacturing facility in Cambridge, Ontario. It's very convenient. Attached to the manufacturing facility is their fulfillment center.
Their own?
Yes.
Whoa, that's a good concept.
It's very convenient. And then in my office, I have like a small warehouse for local orders.
Local orders, yeah. Okay, you maybe do some photo shoots or so, stuff like that. Yeah. No, it's a nice setup, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Great. You have a lot of employees?
3.
But that's good, right?
That's
like
good.
Small team.
I do the majority of everything myself. Yeah, I like it that way.
I used to, like, you probably know Andy Frisella.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be like my goal, like to have a fucking big company with a lot of employees. Yeah. But then you start to see like, fuck, a lot of employees, it's also a lot of headache. And now my vision changed a bit. Like I prefer to have just really like small team, smaller company, but less headache.
I think it's better to have a small team. Like for me, I don't have much patience. When something needs to get done, I do it. I can't, send an email to someone, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Not when I can do it myself. But as I want the company to grow now, we want to go international and stuff, so I'm going to have to bring on some people because it'd be too much for just one guy.
Yeah. And you're doing this 8 years now?
8 years, almost, yeah. I think April 15th will be 8 years. That's the day I made the first Instagram post for Iron Brother.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost your birthday then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And how, because you're doing now 3 million in revenue a year, let's say. How did the growth go in those 8 years? How did you start?
Our first product was a pre-workout in the US. It's actually kind of a funny story because when we launched that product, are you guys familiar with the DMHA?
Yes.
Yeah.
2-amino-isoheptane. Well, that you were legally allowed to sell that on Amazon. So we were selling, it was called Relentless pre-workout. Regular gym goers were
Makes you relentless.
Yeah, exactly. But many gym goers started using that, and then when they'd use that, they'd be like, I always get so many emails, man, we just hit a PR with this pre-workout. That's the strongest pre-workout ever. But about 5-6 months later, the FDA added that to the list of banned ingredients, and the listing disappeared.
Fuck.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. You chose the name by any chance because of Tim Grover's book, Relentless?
No, it just, I just like that name. Yeah, it made sense for a pre-workout.
Yeah. You know the book? You know the author?
No.
Tim Grover? Relentless. It's a cool book.
No.
Yeah, you're gonna like it.
I have to look into it.
Yeah. Look into it. Yeah, it's a cool book. Yeah. What I also wanted to talk about, Canada had it pretty rough during COVID, right?
Yes. Comparable to Australia.
The rest of the world?
Yeah.
Comparable to Australia, how?
Australia was just very, very strict. Very strict. And the sad part is, like, we started off in the US on Amazon.com. For Canada, we wanted to be more retail and not so much on Amazon. Because one thing I learned when we were selling on Amazon.com was retail stores do not like Amazon brands. For the fact because Amazon is putting a lot of those smaller stores out of business. Yeah. So when we launched in Canada, I wanted it to be basically retail exclusive. But the thing that made me extremely annoyed and mad during COVID was, as a fitness enthusiast, they'd close the gyms. Gyms were closed for months and months and months. But liquor store was open, the weed store was open, McDonald's, KFC, Dairy Queen. And I'm thinking, this is supposed to be about health. Why is the gym closed? People say, oh, it's a super spreader, too many people go in there. It's like, it made no sense. And I say, well, why is the liquor store open? Oh, the alcoholics, they need the booze, or they could go into withdrawal, they could die, It's very annoying. Especially when you're launching a supplement brand, because we launched in June of 2020. I think COVID...
During COVID?
Yeah, they started closing the gyms in Canada in, I believe it was March of 2020. Yeah. So the timing was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, you had a rough start then.
Yes. Very rough. Yeah.
But yeah, look, you survived, so that's nice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, COVID, yeah. And how is the sentiment now about how do Canadian people look back at the COVID period? Are they like, oh fuck, we were too strict, or we were wrong about things? So it's like living in denial.
I think they're living in denial. I think they just forgot about it.
Same here.
Yeah. I forgot about it too. It was very hard on a guy's mental health. I think it was hard on a lot of people's mental health. Some people have never fully gotten over it. Still, if I breeze through Facebook, somebody's still talking about vaccine or this and that, and it's like, man, it's over. Like, get up and move on with your life. You got to change your mindset. You're still down in the dumps about something that happened 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How is actually the politics now going in Canada? Because are you familiar with Jordan Peterson? You probably know him. He's Canadian, right?
Yes, big fan. Yes.
You're a big fan.
He actually just left Canada. Yeah.
Moved out.
Yes.
To
They wanted to re-educate him.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, they wanted to teach him how to think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
They wanted to take his license away.
Did
Did they succeed or not?
I think the case is still ongoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I heard the rumors, I don't know if it's true or not, that he's running for, that he's going to do elections or something, or is that?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
With 3 kids and the business and the personal care, it doesn't leave a lot of time left at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
At the end of the day, I like to kick my feet up for an hour or two and just relax.
Yeah, sure.
Get ready for another stressful day the next day.
Yeah. How do most Canadians perceive Jordan Peterson? Is he like the bad guy, or is he like?
I think a lot of people perceive him as a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as Trump, probably.
Well, Trump he's a few levels up on Peterson for sure. Yeah.
You said in the car you can get diagnosed with, what was it? Trump.
TDS.
Yeah.
Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah.
It's really.
Well, in Canada, the problem is all of our media is funded by the Liberal government, so.
The left government.
Yes,
So it's
yes, yes. But on a positive note, we have an election coming up on April 28th. And after 10 years of Liberal leadership, I think the people are ready for a change.
Yeah, is it going to happen?
I hope so.
Yeah, okay. Like in the States.
Yes.
Like I was also wondering about something during our Christmas dinner. Our mom said something, but our mom, she also watches like the mainstream media news, so she's always very concerned and stressed out about the world. And she said something, and the politics. Oh my God, and Trump is going to invade Canada. And I remember us looking at each other and thinking like, oh, what the fuck is she saying now again? Like, what was up with that? Was there something going on? Like,
what happened was Mr. Trudeau went down for a visit to Trump's Mar-a-Lago, and they were talking tariffs, and Trump said, well, what happens if we add these tariffs? And Trudeau said, well, Canada would no longer cease to be a country. So Trump said, well, maybe you should become the 51st state. So that's where it all stemmed from.
Okay.
so actually it was a joke.
Yeah.
And then probably our media,
Yeah.
because I already see it happening. Trump makes like a joke statement, and then our media jumps on it and says like, Trump is going to invade Canada, because our mom, she's like that. Like she would watch the news, and then the news would say something stupid like that, and then she said she thinks it's truth.
Yeah. No, I don't think he has plans to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
Canadians are very proud to be Canadian. We're very proud of our heritage.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Like, I like in the US, they'll do, 4 years of this party, switch over the other party for 8 years, go back. Keeps the power in balance. In Canada, it's a very liberal country, so
It's been left for a very long time.
it tends to be a lot of mostly liberal leadership.
In Europe as well. Europe has been the same thing,
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Trump, if you want to go in on that?
I think he's a bit crazy. I have to admit, though, he's a pretty funny guy. He could be a stand-up comedian for sure. Yeah.
That's maybe part of his power, that he's like, he has this more human touch.
Yeah, it's more. I can see why the Americans would
They relate with it.
levitate to somebody like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Do you think Canada is still a good place to come to? Because I remember that for a long time, like a lot of people would say, Canada is a good country to move to, relocate. Do you think that's still the case?
It's a very beautiful country. There's lots of opportunities there, but ever since COVID, the inflation, the price of housing has shot up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also saw a quote from someone, a Canadian dude, and he said, it's becoming very difficult to become rich in Canada.
It is. Yeah.
How come?
Just the cost of living. As a business owner, that's Mr. Trudeau and his team, they wanted to enact a 66% capital gains tax.
66.
Yeah. So what happens though, when somebody does that, people will think, oh, well, that's good. The rich will pay more. They'll pay their fair share. But what actually happens is a lot of big companies, well, they just move out of Canada. They go down to the US where they pay much less tax. So it's not good.
So it's hard to get rich in Canada because of the tax structure.
Nah, I think it all comes down to work ethic. Yeah. A lot of people don't want to put in the work. Like I back to when I started sailing on the lake boats, I didn't start out on deck working with the men. I actually spent the first 2 years as called a porter, washing dishes, cleaning the officers' rooms. I wasn't a fan of that, but I owed $25,000 in student loan. I had to work. The money was okay. The money was actually very good compared to a job in Nova Scotia. So
It was just work.
I just, I wanted to have nice things. When I got older, I wanted my kids to have nice things. Yeah.
And now you've accomplished that.
Yeah, now they have nice things.
It's nice, man. Nice. Yeah, you can be proud of yourself.
But you see a lot of people, they don't want to put in that kind of work. The same as me. I didn't enjoy washing dishes. I still don't.
But it had to happen.
But I had to do it.
Yeah.
And after 2 years, I got out on deck, and it was pretty exciting work.
Yeah. But that's also something, I think, not only in Canada, just like a thing that's going on in the world. Like people also here, they just don't want to put in work.
You don't put in the work, you won't get much.
Yeah.
Do you think men are getting weaker in the West?
I think over the last 50, you look back at World War II, young men, my grandfather, for example, in the US, I think you were mandated to go fight. In Canada, it was a volunteer basis. You had to be 18. My grandfather was 17. He lied about his age because he wanted to go fight the Nazis. Very, very brave man. Nowadays, I don't know. I don't think a lot of men would volunteer to go die.
But don't you think that's possibly also because people are losing the sense that, like, any war being fought at this moment, like, it's not like fighting the Nazis, you know?
Yeah.
Now it's like you're fighting for some political sham that nobody really understands, and you don't know whose agenda it is. Don't you think it's also that?
100%. I think over the last 40, 50 years, I think testosterone levels in males have dropped drastically.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I think even say, I'll just make up some numbers. I'll say 40 years ago, a 90-year-old man probably had the same test levels as an 18-year-old man does today. There's a lot of factors contributing to it too. The plastics we ingest, the phthalates. I actually listened to a really intriguing podcast about 3 years ago, Joe Rogan. He had a lady on, can't recall her name right now, but she's been studying the effects of phthalates, the little bits of plastic that leach out of your water bottles and you consume. I think people say nowadays, guys like us probably ingest half a credit card worth of plastic a day.
A day?
Or sorry, 1 week.
Yeah, okay, off.
Yeah.
It's still bad.
Then the plastic particles get into your brain, causes dementia. And it messes up your endocrine system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even also a recent podcast that I listened to. It's even going further. Like with women who are now carrying newborn sons, like the youngest generations, like the distance between the anus and your ball sack is shrinking.
Yes.
And also like the thing that you pee through, it's like going lower on your penis, which suggests that actually like they're getting more female signals during a son in the womb is getting too many female signals because of the hormone disruption of plastics that actually like it's turning more and more into a vagina.
Yeah, the taint.
Yeah.
The taint is Shauna Swanson, I believe was the lady's name.
Could
on
be,
the Joe
yeah.
Rogan podcast.
Could be. But it's crazy, yeah? Like they're only now starting to understand the effects of microplastics on our health.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, something I want to discuss with you. Have you been, because I'm also a supplement brand owner, and I'm now thinking about ways how to avoid plastic packaging. Are you also into that? So like checking into it and maybe found solutions, because at the moment I'm having a hard time.
I haven't looked into it, and I don't know if it's possible, because plastics unfortunately are needed for so many everyday essential things.
Yeah.
You mean like the capsules or the whole packaging?
The capsules is possible, because the capsules we now have Runs gelatin, so that's possible. In the capsules of the first Barbarian products is in glass bottles, but now I also want to pack powders. I'm looking into an electrolyte formula, and I was hoping to find something plastic free, so not jars. But at the moment,
Like carton?
Yeah, no, it's not allowed.
No?
No.
I think it'd be hard because if you're transporting your pre-workout and you had it in glass tubs, you'd probably get a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I think the best thing we can do is just try to limit the amount of plastic. Like for one thing I did recently was I switched from drinking, you guys familiar with the Keurig coffee machine?
Yeah.
It's a little plastic pod.
That's
You run the
also bad, huh?
steaming water through the plastic pod. So I switched over to like a French press instead.
Like with the real coffee powder and
Where you press the yeah.
Yeah, apparently main sources are like drinking water, like tap water, bottled water, and then indeed like tea bags.
Yes.
Pouring the hot water over it. So you have to make sure that your tea bags are plastic and bleach free or something.
Yes. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but you can
Yeah.
do your best to limit.
I actually found out when I was on my way here, I found out that, the Starbucks, the paper cups.
Also plastic.
I always thought they were paper cups.
No, true.
They have a plastic liner inside.
Yeah, indeed.
So it's,
Indeed. It's also
hard.
bad.
Yeah.
It's heat and plastic combined.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
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 Horrible, man.
It's something that should be more addressed, more studied.
Yeah.
People should be more informed.
Well, the studies are now coming out, and I think awareness will increase the following years because only now the scientists are coming out with it like, yo,
Yeah.
it's fucking us up.
It's affecting like birth rates. It's getting harder for people to conceive and have babies.
I read a recent study that came out. They tested it on dogs so they put polyester pants on dogs to wear
Yeah.
for a year, and their fertility percentage dropped with 70%.
70. Holy shit.
And dogs are mammals. We are mammals. It's
1 + 1 is 2.
it's probably safe to assume that it will also have an effect.
No, exactly.
On us.
Exactly. Another big one too is what they spray our foods with.
Yeah, pesticides and stuff.
Obviously, it has to be done, because if not, the bugs and insects would eat all the fruit and stuff. But I think stuff like glyphosate and stuff has a very negative effect on people's systems.
Is there something like, are there like, because here in Belgium, more and more companies are addressing that problem. So you can buy a lot of food, like organic, unsprayed, also ecological meat eating. Like it's a trend on the rise here.
Yeah.
Still low profile, but it's coming there. Is this also happening in Canada?
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge, okay.
In the US, Alex Ramosi just did a video with like a meat company that's doing basically but like big scale, like they're doing 600 million in revenue each year right now. Yeah, it's insane.
But I think there's a lot of potential in that market because it does feel like people are becoming aware of like how we're now living. It has such a big impact on our health, and we've somewhere took a wrong turn or something, Don't you think?
I think COVID was a big eye opener for people to take better care of their overall health. Yeah. I think some older people was seeing some of the people older than them dying, and there was a lot of comorbidities, obesity and stuff like that. So I think I've even noticed that on Amazon, like the sales and the search results for most products, supplement related, have increased quite a bit.
What are your best sellers now?
Our best sellers are Test Booster, our nitric oxide booster,
Test boosters, nitric oxide boosters.
pre-workout. We recently started to get into more of a general health line, prostate support, kidney cleanse, liver support, stuff like that.
These are already available?
Pardon me?
These are already available?
Yes.
And how are the sales doing those?
They're doing good.
Yeah?
They're doing good. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the thing is, we pay a little extra for our formulas because I believe if you put out a quality product,
it will sell itself.
people will come back and buy again.
Sure.
Instead of cheaping out, trying to save $2 a bottle, somebody will buy it once. They don't get any benefits. They don't buy it again. Yeah.
Recurring customers is the way to go.
Yes, exactly.
They also sell stuff like subscription-based?
Amazon does have a program, Subscribe and Save. You can save a couple bucks if you sign up. You get it delivered every 2 months, every month.
You get used a lot or not?
It does, yeah.
It does, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was curious because I'm thinking about doing that something like that myself, but I don't know if there's a lot of So I'd say animal, is it an English word?
I don't know.
If there's a lot of interest
Traction.
in the formulas like that.
If people see benefits from the product and they're going to continue to use it and they could save, I mean, I think with our test booster, if you set up for subscribe and save, you save $7 per bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Nice.
it's good. I like it.
Okay, yeah.
Very, very beneficial
yeah.
for everyone.
For everyone, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the customer can save. For you, it's also good for the prediction-wise. What do I need stock and stuff?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have still like future plans you want to share for your business?
Future plans are I'd like to break into the international market, get some product moving over here, Asia.
Asia? Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
big market probably.
Yeah. I'm very excited. The whole point of the trip over here was FIBO.
Yeah, you will also probably meet potential customers from Asia, and yeah. Is it still like, because FIBO, it does feel a bit like, is it your first time FIBO?
First time, yes. First time in Europe.
It used to be a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
it used to be a big deal.
Yeah, but
I
it
do feel
used to
like it's
be-
a little bit. You see,
It used to be a consumer-based thing, but now it's more like a B2B thing, FIBO. I've heard.
When I was young, I think I went the first time when I was 16 or 17, and then I saw Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler, and it was like, whoa! It was like one of the highlights of my year every year, FIBO. Like as a gym fan, you could go meet the pro bodybuilders and you get a picture with them, and you get a photo signature. It was awesome, but that's done now. You don't see it anymore at FIBO.
I don't know. I heard rumors that CBOM is coming this year. I think there'll be a few big name people there.
Yes, you don't know the name.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it will be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really used to be like, the main event of this world in Europe.
Me and Archie, we went down to the Olympia this past October. It was, unfortunately, it was underwhelming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It wasn't what I expected. I had went in 2019 and it was fairly entertaining, but this year it was mostly energy drink companies, gym equipment, clothing.
Yeah.
You think maybe the bodybuilding scene has passed its peak, qua popularity?
I don't know. I think it's still there. I think it's still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But more in terms of like classic physique and sebum, or like the real bodybuilding open guys, you mean?
Yeah, to be completely honest, I don't pay too much attention to it. I'm more of a general health, like longevity type.
Are you a fan of sebum? Because he's also Canadian.
He's Canadian, yeah. I think everybody likes Seabob.
Yeah.
He's just a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a
He has
very...
a lot of charisma, and he's a very smart, like how to say, humble guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he went to university in Halifax, where I live.
Okay.
Okay.
What I really like about him, he just owns who he is, because he has that lisp
Yeah,
of his,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he just makes products about it, shirts about it.
Isolate.
It's insane.
Protein is isolate.
That's smart. That's smart actually to do it like that. Yeah, like you take the thing that they can make fun of you and wear it like an armor.
Yeah, you got to make it fun. You got to make it interesting.
Yeah, smart dude, man. Yeah. Do you see yourself like staying in Canada the rest of your life, or?
With 3 kids, they have lots of friends and the school and stuff like that. I think it'd be hard to relocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still a beautiful country, though. Huh?
It is
Qua
very
nature
beautiful.
and stuff.
It's probably one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like so diverse. You have like
Yes.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it's intriguing.
Yeah, when I was younger, I always wanted to move to Canada because it's just so beautiful. Apparently, like the skiing resorts are insane. So yeah.
You ski?
I ski. We go once. I take the kid once a year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's fun. This year we went with the twins. They're 8. They wanted to go right to the top. I'm kind of like, are you sure? Oh boy, we got up to the top, and my twin Harlow, boy, it took her about an hour to get down the hill. She was scared. She sit down. She fall down. Oh yeah.
Like it's like with degrees, like with colors of difficulty, it's the same system.
If I had to guess, I'd say it was 50, 60% decline. Yeah. Even for me, where I don't ski a lot, I was kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, that's not for me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also like to...
I like a lot. Yeah. Snowboarding, but it's been a long time.
Our big thing is swimming. There's
swimming.
so many beautiful
In
beaches
lakes and
in Nova
stuff.
Scotia.
Beaches. Yeah.
Beaches, yeah.
On lakes, then, I guess?
I'm not a fan of the lake. You walk into the lake, you go up to your knee in mud. It's like, what's in the mud? Yeah. I like the ocean.
Oh, okay, really ocean. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, my geography knowledge of Canada is not that bad. So Nova Scotia is at the...
Is East Coast. Yeah. Lots of beach line. You're surrounded by the ocean.
Okay. And how's the beach looking? It's really like sandy beach.
There's one beach that is our favorite beach, Carter's Beach. It's about an hour and a half south. If you didn't know where you're at, you would think you were in the Bahamas.
Okay.
Yeah. But when you go in the water, it's like going in the ice bath. It's freezing.
All year round?
It warms up in August, September.
And then it's cold again in October.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
it's even cold in August, September.
Okay.
For most people.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Nova Scotia, if I think about it, it's always like really cold, but you say it's also really hot in summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because in the movies you always see like the winter parts.
Yes, exactly. But sometimes it's what's the word I'm looking for here? It can be very annoying. Like at our house, it'll be 28 degrees. So, all right, let's round up. Let's go to the beach. You get the kids, you get them dressed, you pack the towels, you put on the sunscreen, you pack some food. Then when you drive to the beach, you get close to the beach, you see the fog rolls in, the temperature goes from 28, it drops to 19, and you get to the beach and it's windy and the kids don't want to stay, and you're like, this sucks. And then you go home again and it's, 25, 26, 27 degrees and you're just sweating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
What do you think it means nowadays to be a man?
To be a man these days, that's a hard one. That's a hard one to answer.
Do you in Canada also have that wave from the media about toxic masculinity?
I see a lot of it on social media. Some of it is too far gone. If you go to the gym, you're a right-wing extremist. It's like, no, I'm just a guy who wants to take care of my health and have energy to do stuff with my kids.
Did you hear about that series, Adolescence, where they want to argue that it's about this young kid that commits murder on a woman, and then apparently, like the case you're now wanting to make about toxic masculinity is that it's learning men to be violent again against women.
I don't think so. I think toxic masculinity is needed. Like when there's a house on fire and you have some kids on the third floor, you need toxic masculinity. Yeah, you kick the door in, you run up, you risk your life. Yeah, exactly. It's needed. Mm-hmm. Same with police, military. Like you need masculinity. Mm-hmm. It's needed.
Yeah. Men who are capable of bad behavior.
Well, exactly. But I see some of the buildings here in Antwerp, and I say like, wow, like that was built by men hundreds of years ago with basic tools, hammer, chisel.
Probably dying building it.
Yes.
Falling off tower.
Exactly.
I don't know what. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All those beautiful churches. How many people probably died building the shit?
Yeah.
I dare say a lot. I dare say a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, but some women, they do get it. It's like, we don't need men. Yeah, you say that while driving a car built by men on the roads built by men.
It's the same thing they say about capitalism, as they sit there and they type on their iPhone and,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think Canada has been like leaning towards communism more?
I think so.
Yeah, under Trudeau.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, and in Europe, we've seen the same wave.
The government just keeps getting bigger and bigger. They want more. They want to take more of your rights and freedoms. It's not good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Government should be there to make your life easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did you think about Elon Musk buying Twitter?
I thought it was great. Mm-hmm. Great for free speech.
Yeah, but it's weird that like left politics and media say the exact opposite. That it's a danger to.
Yeah, I think a man or a woman should be able to watch the news or go on social media and then make your own decision yourself. I don't want anybody telling me how to think or what to do.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I work hard. I pay my taxes. I want to see my taxes being spent on roads, schools, police, military.
Yeah, we had this discussion in the car also, and I think you made a very good point. Like, taxes can be very good. Taxes can be very necessary if they're spent right.
Yes.
Yeah, indeed. Building better roads, building better schools. Yeah, providing a safety net. I also do think, because like, also when people think you're like more leaning to the right, they think you don't have a heart, because then they also instantly think, yeah, but what about people who are having a hard time? But I also do think actually that there should be a safety net. Like, everyone can have a streak of bad luck, you know, like let's say you're a father, you get cancer, you can't work anymore. Yeah, there should be like a social security.
Exactly, 100%.
But it's sad to see that there's so much tax dollars in every government of the world probably being spent on
Craziness.
stupid shit.
Yeah, craziness. I don't mind paying tax. I pay a lot of tax, but the more money you make, the more tax you get. So I'd rather pay a lot of tax, make a lot of money, instead of pay barely any tax and not make a lot of money. Yeah. But they spend the money on a lot of craziness too, you know?
Here in Belgium, a lot of people take advantage of our safety net with our taxes. Is that the same case in Canada?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, like people, they stay on leave too long, and
Yeah.
Here in Belgium, like the difference between not working and working
Minimum wage?
it's like non-existent almost. So people are like, yeah, okay, but then why do I go to work? You know?
Well, that just encourages people not to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's also what's happening here.
Yeah, and that's not good.
No, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any life advice for any young guys starting?
Work hard. Work hard.
Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
Yeah. Take risks.
Yeah. Take risks.
Yeah. That's what I did. Like, I was very nervous to go get on this 730-foot self-unloading vessel. When I was at the dock, waiting for the ship to pick me up for the first time, and I saw the bow of the ship come in, that's big. But I got on. Same with the drilling rigs. When I first went out west, I never worked on a drilling rig before. I pull up on site, man, look at this, loud. It's, you know, diesel engines and generators, just, yeah.
If you had a son, because you have 3 daughters,
Yeah.
what would you teach him?
To be honest, I'd probably teach them the same thing I teach my daughters.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do tell.
Work hard.
Yeah.
Be responsible. Yeah.
Does your wife
be a
work?
good person.
Does your wife work?
She has a clothing brand, a female clothing brand,
own.
ID Apparel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She does good with it.
Yeah, she does good with it?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
So they go hand in hand, you know. We have the supplement company, and then we have the gym clothes.
All right. And how is the dynamic between like two business owners at home?
It's busy. It's busy. Yeah, with the 3 kids, we also have 2 dogs. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. What kind
It's
of
a lot,
dogs?
Yeah, I like chaos.
Yeah, you like chaos?
Chaos is cash.
Yeah. You
That's
thrive
the
in
old
it.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaos is what?
Chaos is cash.
Cash.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Work hard. Good advice. Okay, man.
Yeah, I had another question.
You like Belgium so far?
I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
What do you love about it?
Like the structures, the history, the culture. It's very different from Canada.
Yeah, we do have some nice buildings in Europe.
Oh,
Like
they're-
like the medieval structures.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Like the first day we were here, I went and I checked out that cathedral in Antwerp, and my mind was blown.
You don't have anything like that in Canada?
Montreal has some older churches and stuff like that I visited a long time ago, but there's nothing like that in Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In that way, it's clear that Europe is like an older civilization, and that we moved at some point to Canada and America and like started to settle there.
I find too, like the buildings here, the architecture and the structure is what's the word I'm looking for? It's very impressive. In Canada, where I live, most of the buildings are very bland. You know, just a high-rise building is gray. You know, there's no there's no statues or gargoyles or there's no gold on the buildings. It's just kind of,
Okay.
yeah, it's boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to learn to appreciate it more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The food here too is
The food here?
amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah, we hear that. It's something you hear more, that we have a more sophisticated kitchen or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but if you say it's true.
What's the difference you see here in terms of food?
In food, I find the food, and this could be where I'm new to here, but I find the food tastes so much better.
More flavor or something.
Yeah, like the breads, the waffles.
Oh yeah, we can make. Oh yeah.
The waffles.
The chocolates. Yeah. Last night we went out for all you can eat ribs. Man, amazing.
Yeah, all the high calorie bullshit, we're good at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
But one thing I noticed is not a lot of morbidly obese people.
Not a lot?
Not?
Yeah, I didn't see them.
Okay.
I see a few, but in Canada it's kind
It's
of
worse. Yeah, apparently in America it's apparently worse than here. I don't know if Canada is very similar.
But give it like 10 to 20 years and here's the same.
Yeah.
I feel.
The trend is also setting, because the prediction now is that by 2030, so 2030,
More than 50%.
more than 50% of the population will be way too fat.
Yeah.
So it's also a bad trend here.
it's a strain on the healthcare system.
Oh yeah.
And it could be easily avoided. Like I'll tell you as a quick story here. I had some gut issues in January. Diverticulitis it's called. And I had to be hospitalized for, I think, 5 days. So what they said was I wasn't eating enough fiber. So I stay on top of everything health related. But in the evenings, I was getting in, potato chips. Oh, I'll just have a small bowl. Next thing, the bag is gone. Or I'd say, oh, look, the kids.
As usual.
Yeah. Oh, look at the kids' candy. Eating candy. Like, dude, you're 45 years old. You're eating kids' candy. Like, that's for little girls, man. Like, smarten up. So what I did was, when I left the hospital, I cut out all the sugar out of my diet. I just eat whole foods now. I just have a couple things here. I had some chocolate last night or some waffles and stuff. But I cut out the sugar out of my diet, and I lost about 18 pounds in 6-7 weeks.
Nice. Well,
And the thing is, when you cut the sugar out of your diet, the whole foods taste so much better. Like when I was eating the sugary foods, there's no way I'd scramble some eggs, have a piece of toast, put some natural peanut butter on there, have a banana. It didn't have much taste. But now, eat that and you're like, man, that's so good.
Yeah, but don't you think it's because that sugar craving has to be gone out of your system?
100%.
It makes you crave more, and then you have to sort of detox.
Yeah.
And then you can appreciate other stuff.
Exactly.
again.
I think you need about a week from
Yeah.
my personal experience.
It's really addictive stuff, the sugar.
It is. So I think it's engineered
Probably.
to be addictive.
That's
and-
also why so many people are getting obese, It's just super effective.
Yeah.
Effective in being addictive.
Yeah, we eat the sugary foods. It sets off some chemicals in your brain that make you feel good, and people get addicted to that feeling. For me, I get that feeling from going to the gym or the ice bath or sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what does your diet look like right now?
My diet is I'm just eating like the local foods and stuff. Same when I was in Poland. I ate a lot of Polish food. It was good. But when I'm home, I eat a lot of grass-fed steak, beef, rice, Greek yogurt, fruit, vegetables.
Okay.
The whole food stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid, man. You also feel way better when you eat like that. It's
Oh, so
unbelievable.
the energy levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If obese people only knew how much better they could feel if they would eat right.
I think there needs to be more education. I think even in Western society, there are the doctors. If somebody comes in, they're morbidly obese. I don't think they can tell them, hey, you got to clean up
You're
your
too
diet.
fat, man.
You're too fat.
Yeah,
And people say, oh, fat shaming, that's bad. I think it's a good thing.
yeah.
You've
It's like that meme. Don't eat anything fatty. Okay, then what should I eat? No, don't eat anything fatty.
Why the way I started to do things recently is if the powers that be say don't eat this, stay out of the sun, I do the opposite. Oh, don't eat meat? I eat lots of meat. Stay out of the sun. I go out in the sun in the summer 6-7 hours. I feel amazing.
Do you use sunscreen?
I use sunscreen at the start of the summer to avoid a serious burn. But even that stuff, I question that stuff. Back during COVID, Johnson & Johnson had to recall 7 of their sunscreen products.
Really?
For containing cancer-causing carcinogens. So it's like,
Motherfuckers.
dude, it's like people are putting this on themselves to protect themselves,
From cancer.
and it's full of carcinogens. So yeah, I'll get a tan, I'll get a base, and then I stay away from it. Now, mind you, if I'm going to the beach for 6 hours that day, I'll put little something on my shoulders, but I try to minimize it. Same with the kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Tricky stuff. I also try to avoid it, sunscreen. But indeed, basically, at the moment we're at this state, like, okay, all regular mainstream advice, just do the opposite. And,
Exactly.
how about eating eggs in Canada? It's also like, ooh,
Oh, I
careful.
love eggs.
But does the mainstream media like warn about cholesterol and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah?
Yeah.
Same thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here is the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't eat more than an egg a day or 2. I think it's even more drastic. I think it's more than 2 eggs a week or something.
Yeah, I eat like 8 a day.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
My cholesterol's fine.
Yeah, and I feel good.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that keeps me lean. Yeah, makes me feel good. So I'm just going to keep doing what makes me feel good. I don't like being told what to do.
Yeah. Well, it's fun to hear that there are still that there are a lot of similarities between Canada and here.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. You said you have, like, you and your wife have basically 2 companies. You have 3 daughters, 2 dogs. You live in chaos, you say. Are there any things you do, like, mentally wise to keep you, like, on point?
The ice bath, the sauna. We recently got a hot tub. That's usually how we end the day. We go to the
Relaxing
hot tub.
time.
Relax.
Cigar in the hot tub.
Not too much. I don't smoke too many. I like cigars when the weather's hot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you do the nicotine patch in the.
Yeah. I like my Zen. I like my Zen.
Do you use it a lot?
Few a day.
Few a day.
Yeah,
Okay.
5, 6 a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nicotine is good stuff, huh?
Yeah.
There's now also a lot of studies coming out that it helps with brain preservation.
Yes. Yeah. Good for focus. Gives you some energy. Obviously, it does have its negatives, but what doesn't?
It does? I don't know. I think it's very limited.
I think you know what? I don't know. I don't know.
I did some research a little bit, and apparently it's very limited.
I'll have to look into that more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we can take the benefits, so that's good, man.
I'll just look at the benefit side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But one thing that's very bad, I see a lot of young people these days with the vaping.
The
And it's
vaping
like-
is that's some crap, man.
Yeah, like they banned we had a sort of Zyn in Canada, Zonic it was called. It was 4 milligram, I think. They banned that. But you can buy these vape pens. They're marketed towards kids. I've never smoked one.
They're really marketed towards kids.
Well, the flavors, there's gummy bears, blue raz, there's unicorn this, and yeah, it's marketed towards kids. And it's horrible for you.
It's really horrible.
It's really bad.
Yeah. I don't think we fully understand it how horrible because it's just new.
Yeah.
But indeed, you're just like inhaling, what is it, man? Just pure chemicals and stuff.
Yeah, and you're heating up the chemicals with electricity. And when we were in the club in Warsaw, everybody was vaping. Yeah.
How is it here, Mario? You know, it's also.
Oh yeah. So I was when I was in the club, I was semi-addicted to it as well. Everybody had it. You get
Inside the clubs.
you're not whatever. You're not allowed to use them in the clubs, but people just take them out of their pocket and then like
Quickly. Yeah.
And Warsaw, the people, they weren't even hiding it. They're
Yeah, it's Warsaw, you know.
yeah.
Not that many rules there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also planning to visit Warsaw soon with Bert.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. We went to, I believe it's Old Town, Warsaw. It was amazing.
Yeah, recommend it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah.
How many days did you went shooting?
2 days. Yeah, one day was outdoor. It was actually pretty cool.
That looked a lot of fun, man.
Bart had us set up with, I believe he was retired Israeli Special Forces. So he taught us some
cool,
pretty
man.
cool things. Yeah.
Also, I saw a smoke bomb and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Nice, man.
Yes.
Sounds very cool.
Yes.
Mark, man, it was super nice having you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was an
pleasure.
honor to be here.
No, the honor was ours.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I hope you had a lot of fun.
I can't wait for you guys to try the feedback on the pre-workout.
Yeah, man, we will, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's a bit of a different flavor, pomegranate acai,
Yeah.
but that's our top selling flavor.
Yeah.
Top selling flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, let us know when we can order it here in Belgium. right?
Yeah. Well, the formula will be probably watered down quite a bit. It's very strong, so maybe start with half a scoop.
Okay.
Let us check it out on podcast. Wait.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Caffeine. Oh, that's still okay. Not too much. That's okay. I like it. Oh no, you get 2 types of caffeine. All right. Oh no, it has a lot of caffeine. Taurine, nice. Pomegranate.
Also, the Hooperzine, is that legal here? Legal, you can use it?
Hooperzine is legal, but it's fucking expensive, huh?
Yeah.
The Hooperzine.
Yeah, that's why the dose is small.
Yeah, but it's enough, huh? It's enough, huh? Yeah, one microgram. Yeah. Yeah, but Hooperzine is something we can use in Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's expensive. Sinefrina, that's also nice. Yeah, solid formula, man. Looking forward.
I'm glad the customs let me bring that one in for you guys. Because I send a big package over that they made us send it home.
They come.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Too bad, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're looking
Also-
out for your safety, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, looking out for your safety. For sure. Also, thanks for the hoodies, man.
Yeah, they look good on you guys.
Yeah. Also,
real
just
I
a little
like
bit
the
too-
slogan, man.
Yeah.
For me, I got small, you know.
Yeah. Well, when you wash it, it'll shrink just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I'll put it a little bit warmer and it will shrink down.
Yeah.
But indeed, what is it? Grit, guts, and glory. Nice. In that order.
Yes.
Yeah. First, we gotta grit it down there, the work hard part. Yeah, gotta have some guts, some courage to try to take some risk, and then glory.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Yeah.
I like it. Mark, such a pleasure to have you.
Amazing. Guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for taking the time in your time in Belgium here to come to us.
Yes. And if anybody wants to check out the company, it's Iron Brothers Supplements, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
You know, when it's available here in the market on Amazon, we will enlighten
Yeah.
our followers.
Shout it out.
Yeah, maybe I'll be back someday.
Oh yeah, man, would be awesome to have you.
Yeah. Or we come to Canada one day, who knows?
Yes.
Well, it should be on the list. So,
If you guys come to Halifax, I'll take care of you.
all right, man.
Cool.
It's noted. Okay, guys, thank you very much.
Yeah. See you next time.